Hey, this is Lynn. First off, I'll just start by explaining what a situationship even is. Basically, it's a relationship that's without defined boundaries and a label. This relationship can be purely just going on dates and or including casual hookups, but the main idea is that there's a lack of communication between one or both parties. Many factors can lead up to this, including the rising popularity of dating apps making dating appear as a game, and social media perpetuating unrealistic pressures to have an ideal relationship. Many students our age fear the commitment that comes along with healthy official relationships and resort to situationships in an attempt to avoid true vulnerability. So I'm going to start off by reading an anonymous submission from a Berkeley student that we got in a few days ago. So here's the story. I met someone on Hinge a few weeks ago, and we've been texting every single day, and every time we've called, it's lasted for at least 3 hours. Even before we met on the first date, she made a mug for me in her ceramics class with my favorite animal on it and got me my favorite flowers. Oh, that's very sweet. We have been seeing each other every other day of the week for the past 2 weeks, and in between the dates, we had hour-long conversations on the phone. Seems like you guys are communicating a lot. During our dates, I would ask what we are since I'm confused on if we're officially dating or not, because she constantly does things for me that I thought you'd do for someone you're officially in a relationship with, but she constantly avoids the topic whenever I bring that up. I think that's definitely a really big red flag since she is doing a lot of official relationship things with you, especially when she's made you a personalized mug with your favorite animal on it, and since she got you your favorite flowers. I feel like those are both very meaningful gestures, so it makes sense that you're really confused why she would avoid the topic. Okay, I'll continue with the story now. Yesterday, I met her parents, and I don't know what that means for us, because this is a really big step for me relationship-wise. Wow, meeting her parents already is a very big step, and, in, an official relationship, that's usually one of the defining steps to becoming closer, because meeting someone's family means that you trust them a lot and you trust that their family would make a good judgment on you. So I feel like your feelings are totally valid here. Okay, where did I pick off? Okay, I'm just really confused on where we stand, and it's making me insecure that I'm not enough for her, and that's why she doesn't want to put a label on things. What should I say to her to make her listen to me or make her establish what we are? Wow, okay. To start off, I don't think that you're not enough for her. Her behavior and her lack of communication are both contradicting each other, and this is probably why you're feeling confused and insecure from this. Your anxiety doesn't stem from simply needing a label too soon, but from the lack of clarity that she's giving you. This makes a lot of sense since you don't want to emotionally invest yourself into something that may or not be real. So you're probably just protecting yourself from being hurt in the future, because since there's just a large lack of clarity in the moment, it makes sense that you're questioning things, because she's making so many meaningful relationship gestures without actually communicating with you and just plainly stating your status and where you guys stand. So I just want you to remember that you're not asking for too much, and that you're just asking for honesty from the other person. And that's just the bare minimum for a healthy relationship. For example, from guest lecturer Ivy Chen, we learned in our class that the most defining factor that affects the future of relationships the most is expectations. Since you don't exactly know what to expect from the other person, this is definitely a rocky start to your relationship, and this is why situationships in general almost never turn into actual relationships, because the lack of communication from either or both parties causes the lack of shared expectations. So this discrepancy obviously causes a really rocky foundation, and without a stable foundation of trust and understanding, I just don't think that situationships could ever really progress into something more serious and strong, like a healthy official relationship. And another aspect of your story that I wanted to point out was how the other person was clearly doing relationship level behaviors, like making you a mug and getting you your favorite flowers, which are both really thoughtful gestures, but then also in the same breath refusing to actually do relationship level communication. So this inconsistency in communication is mainly why you're feeling so anxious about this entire relationship or situationship that you're in. I just wanted to point out how Ivy Chen also stated that in order to maintain healthy habits in relationships, communication is the most important factor. So without basic communication, it's like almost impossible to maintain a relationship, since there will always be lingering confusion on like either side of the situationship. And yeah, so I also think that it's worth noting Ivy Chen said that the key in communication is empathy, and that empathy is the underlying knowledge that each partner in the relationship cares for the other, and that the care is reciprocated. In your case, since there isn't clear communication, then you and your partner will not have enough knowledge to care for each other in the ways that you need. So, keeping these things in mind, I think that you should sit her down and say something along the lines of, I really like you, and I need to be honest about something that's been sitting with me. We talk every day, we spend a lot of time together, and I met your parents. Those are all things that feel really meaningful to me. But when I ask what we are and the conversation gets avoided, it makes me feel insecure and unsure where I stand. I'm not trying to rush you. I just need to know what this is becoming so I can emotionally take care of myself. If she says something vague along the lines of, I don't want to rush, or I like where things are now, then you can respond with something like, I completely hear you, but when you say that, do you truly see this becoming a relationship or not right now? I think it's important to make sure that you have a clear answer from her so you guys don't have to keep running around in circles and repeating the same toxic cycle. And yeah, so I think to sum everything up, whether you're in a situationship, getting out of one, or trying not to fall into one again, remember, your feelings are valid, your boundaries matter, and you're allowed to ask for what you need. And that sums everything up. So thanks for listening, everyone. This is Lynn, and we'll see you in the next episode where Maya will be covering the emotional toll.